evening, everyone, or it is indeed evening. Took a slow morning today after last night's very late night, and we're about to repeat late night again tonight. Heading south out of town, we're going to be hitting some more areas that, if a miracle occurs, maybe we'll find a lyre snake, but more on the hopeful side is on the way back from that area, we start seeing rattlesnakes and copperheads and other stuff as we come up back over the plateau here, because it's a whole different environment from where I was last night, where a lot of that space is very low desert, kind of like where we're first heading tonight. Then on the way back is all higher elevation plateau, where there's a lot of rat snake and copperhead occurrences, and with any luck, maybe a king snake or two. Fingers crossed. Yep, it definitely rained heavy over here, and hopefully that will be good for tonight as soon as it warms back up, because driving along, and several of the creeks that I've crossed over, which are normally bone dry, are actually flowing rivers right now. So, good hope. Hopefully that brings out lots of good snakes. Case in point, what I'm referencing, this is not a creek here. This is just a flat on the side of the road. And it is completely flooded out. It downpoured over here. So hopefully that brings things out of the ground. And as I crossed over the big flats of the Big Bend heading southward, I saw another monster storm brewing upon the US-Mexico border. The monsoons came early to this area. Yep, got another big storm, most of it south of the Rio Grande right now, but producing plenty of visible lightning from this distance as well. And it looks like it might just have been raining on a potential target area a little bit ago, which could be exactly what we need. Fingers crossed. Alright, first snake of the night. Not anything exciting yet, but a decently sized night snake, who is just cruising way off the side of the road here. These guys are plenty common. This is the second one this trip. He's got a nice pattern though. Beautiful little snake. My God, the bugs are bad down here though. Oof. Gnats galore. I will just make sure he gets fully off and away from the road safely here. Yes, oh yes. We got a copper. We've got a copper. Oh, and it's a gorgeous one too. We've got a copper. Well, we had a car come by that disturbed him, and now he wants to leave, but finally, one of the targets that I had for this trip, Agkistrodon laticinctus, formerly, or considered by some people still, Contortrix pictogaster, the Trans-Pecos broad-banded copperhead. And there's a car coming. Jeez, okay. Sorry, I did not stop recording there, but he wanted to crawl back on the road right where the car was going, and that's not so good a thing, dude. What a gorgeous snake. Don't know why there's all of a sudden traffic right whenever I find snakes, which is really annoying, but what a spectacular animal though. Quite a different creature from the broadbands I saw further north, but same species. These guys are more much more desert adapted. They still prefer living along riparian areas though. And they are just as diverse in their diets out here as any other copper is in a different location. Anyway, he's decided that he's had enough, so we're gonna let him just cruise off the road now. A few seconds later, luckily, he paused to allow me to actually get another really good look at him, and a great example to see how white The snakes down here are considered some of the absolute most beautiful of the broad-banded copperheads. More so than in any other area of their range, they tend to sport these extremely brilliant, rusty to truly coppery orange-red bands against the tan backgrounds. And of course, as their common name suggests, they have much more broad, even bands going across their backs than they do the quote-unquote Hershey's Kisses or hourglass marks that the eastern copperheads are more known for. They still have generally the same behaviors as other copperheads though, primarily nocturnal, especially once it gets hot out, and they'll take just about anything that moves around them. They'll take cicadas, crickets, smaller snakes, rodents, birds, whatever they can get a hold of. They're a little bit less common out in the desert areas, of course, and very restricted to more riparian areas, vegetated spaces, so they're more common in the mountainous plateau areas than down in desert, of course. But a copperhead, just like you might see further east in the country. Couple hours and a few cut walks later, and we have Texas toad on the road. This is a very, very pale, washed out pattern one. There have also been several dead long-nosed snakes on the road, unfortunately. Haven't seen any live ones, but I'm hoping that changes as we get closer to the wetter areas. Looks like this guy's been calling recently too. His throat pouch is stretched out. Cool little guy anyway. We'll make sure he gets safely off the road since he nearly committed suicide by going under my car earlier. One of these days that plateau will produce the bounty of reptiles that I know lives within it, but at least, even though it was a slow night for that, it provided some great opportunities for nighttime photography of some of the amazing plant life that lives in the area. The succulents in West Texas are almost unparalleled in any other place than perhaps Arizona. Yeah, I really wish I could finally pull a magic trick out of the bag and say I figured out the secret to cut walking, but truth is I do not like cut walking at all, because rattlesnakes have been about the only snakes that I've seen on cuts, and they've been very few and far between. There's another crevice spiny right here. I'll poke him. Poke. And there he goes. But literally nothing else is moving out here. And is it because of the wind? Is it because rain came through today and they don't like it when it came through the same day? I have no idea. Alright, still not much, but there's another look at a crevice spiny lizard. You can actually see the nice colors on his neck collar there. Pretty lizard, but so far, unfortunately, the only thing that we've seen on this, or really any cut. Well, we finally got a snake on the wall, unfortunately. Not the most exciting of things, but it's a very different looking snake from its last counterpart. A second night snake. And this one is really dark for some reason. What a gorgeous night snake, actually, that is. I've not seen one. I mean, up in the Oklahoma, Arkansas area, I know they get really dark, but I've never seen one out here in the desert areas that has that kind of pattern. I guess with the darker volcanic rocks here, it kind of makes sense, but glad we've at least found something on the wall here. Also, it tells me maybe I should, in fact, go check out the other cut just down the road from me here. Because if this guy's moving, something else has got to as well, right? And the night snake was the last thing that we saw tonight. The next cut that I spent a half hour on did not have anything on it, unfortunately. We still have 2 more nights Down here in Texas, though, fingers crossed, we see some cool stuff on each of those nights. They will be in the next video, however, so stay tuned. If you enjoy educational videos like these, wildlife adventures and such, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave a like, leave your comments below, share the video if you know someone who would like to see some of the animals that we've seen. If you would like to see more of the animals and plants that I work with, you can find my website at carltoncarnivores.com. The database and blog are on there, as well as the shop where you can buy plants and merchandise and such to help support production of these videos and such. You can also always find more photos and video tidbits on social media, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, etc. at Carlton Carnivores. And if you'd like to help support in another financial manner, you can join as a Patreon member. Members there get early access to the videos and other exclusive benefits. You can also donate at Ko-fi or contact me for other methods. Links for most of these things will be in the video description below. But until next time, I'm Honkin' Carlton, and this is Carlton Carnivores.